All right, so we're going to be looking at the transfer of learning theory shown through cooking. So, when choosing and reading a recipe, this requires near and far transfer. You're going to use those skills you have prior of reading and choosing a recipe to choose that new recipe. So that is going to be a near transfer of uh, learning. And next with cooking, once you pick your recipe, you're going to be going and shopping for ingredients. So this is an example of traditional transfer of learning. So maybe you're shopping in a new store, and so you're in a new environment and you're buying things that you haven't bought before because this is a new recipe. So you're going to have to use that prior knowledge that you have of trying to navigate the store and trying to figure out where these items are that you haven't bought before. And then also as you're shopping, you'll be using your prior knowledge of like produce and meats. So, you'll see a tomato that has a bruise, you'll know not to buy that one. And then looking at meats, you'll know the cuts that you want and how to look for the proper expiration dates. And cooking this new recipe, now that you're starting to cook it, this is an example of metacognition. So, when you're cooking this new recipe, you might be cooking something that you haven't cooked before. So, I came up with the example of the Brazilian dish cassava. So, it looks a lot like a potato. So, you might look at it and think, okay, so I know how to cook a potato, so I'm going to cook it that way. But then after researching, you might find, okay, so it's best to cook it this way, with this seasoning, with these foods. So then you're going to kind of change your idea of how to cook it and adapt your cooking style to now cooking it in this new way. Okay, and as you are working on still cooking your new recipe, you'll be using both low and high road transfer of learning. So, the low road of cooking will be when you are cooking things that you've already cooked before. So, you have to chop up an onion, you know how to saute that onion, it's kind of just automatic for you. But the high road would be when you're cooking something new. So you're cooking that cassava and you're trying to make connections to other things that you've cooked before, and trying to figure out the best approach to this new experience or this new food item. And I think with that too, cooking would be a lot like tackling new life experiences. So, and this is just like the high road transfer of learning. So it would be your kind of approach to cooking this new thing. So when you're have a new something in life that you're experiencing at first, it might be intimidating. You're not sure like really which way to go with it. But as you start getting into it and getting more comfortable, then you feel a lot more comfortable tackling the uh, problem or the experience, and then it ends up being really rewarding, and you're happy and successful with how it played out. So, yeah.